hiring doesn't end when you have a good candidate who starts on day one. The hiring process continues, and we call it something different. But your new hire isn't fully efficient in their role. They aren't ready to be successful in that role until you do the very important process called onboarding.
The onboarding process is as important as the hiring process. I thought we were just going to come and talk about job applications and interviews and all that stuff. And I didn't realize how important that transition was and what happens after the person's there.
Merritt Gest is a sales improvement expert who specializes in getting new salespeople up to speed quickly. Audiences discover how her merit-based processes enable them to identify top sales talent, inspire employee engagement, and create a culture of clarity, growth, and profits.
But what I get is not what I interview.
We need to document what those actions and behaviors look like in a period of time that's reasonable. And then we have to support them in fulfilling on those expectations that we have. So I'm going to give you a formula today. You're going to know how to do that.
Merritt is one of a small handful of specialists in the world, certified and trained in emotional intelligence and cultural transformation tools, giving her a unique perspective when designing onboarding programs for high-performing sales organizations.
Here's what happens is 6 months down the road, you hire this person, they're a superstar, you think, and then 6 months down the road, they ask you a stupid question that you covered in the second week of training. And you go into your colleague's office, you're like, I can't believe the new guy. What a bonehead, thank you. And it's not that they're a bonehead necessarily. It may be that they are. Let's leave that as a possibility. But it may be that you taught them something before they had context for the role. So we've got to teach them what they need for context, and then, why not teach the change order here after they've have some things, okay?
Merritt Gest has more than 20 years of experience in sales, sales management, and training. In her formative years, Merritt was the youngest general sales manager for a radio station in the country's third largest market. Today, as president of Merit-Based Consulting, her team specializes in reducing turnover, increasing speed to productivity, and growing profits for sales-driven companies.
So based on what you know right now, which employee do you think is more likely to be successful in their role and stay for the long term? So how many votes for Todd? Experience and relationships. Okay. How many vote for Melanie? Good jumper, excited. So Todd's confused, and Dan's big plan for him is we're going to take you over to HR. They got some paperwork for you to fill out. And then for the afternoon, I want you to just experience, just kind of see how things go around here. Just kind of get a feel for it. All right? That's the big onboarding plan.
Merritt has worked with CEOs, business owners, entrepreneurs, sales management teams, and sales professionals across a wide variety of industries, including financial services, manufacturing, engineering, and technology. Merritt Gest has been featured in Selling Power magazine.
I ask people, who do you spend most of your time managing? And when I give them a choice of your A players, your B players, or your C players, guess what they pick? Most of their time is poured into these C players, and they're never going to get a return on that investment. This is a huge mistake. You want to get rid of those C players. Pour your time and your effort and your attention into getting the B players up to the A level. And if your A players could be even just a little bit better, you're going to see so much more productivity than your C players all day long. So you want to keep this in mind. And when you have an opportunity to do the math to see what a non-performer is costing you, there might be some phone calls happening today, and some people might be out of there by the end of the day.
She is as comfortable and confident delivering content-rich keynotes, interactive workshops, corporate planning retreats, executive training, and if you ask nicely, she may even perform some stand-up comedy.
My name is Merritt.
That's a lot of pressure.
Just the idea of onboarding in general, I think, unfortunately, we were one of the companies that was way behind and kind of like this, hire someone and then it's done. And then it was prove yourself to us, and we weren't proving ourselves to them. And I think that that's what I take away from it, is that we need to really focus on proving ourselves to them too, and that will help in retention.
People don't come here to play it safe. They come to swim in the deep end. They want the work to add up to something big, something that couldn't happen anywhere else.
This was by far the best presentation of the program so far as the conference is concerned. A lot of great stuff to take back to my station, realize how far behind we are on the onboarding process.
For booking information, please contact Merit-Based Consulting.